Hello students, standard 8 revision of chapter number 3 in chemistry, synthetic fibers and plastics. In few previous sessions we learn about some synthetic fibers, their characteristics, their uses. Also we learn about the plastic, which is a polymer, and so many things, articles are available in plastic because it have possible shape, size as you need. So it is also recycled, reused, colored, easily rolled into the sheets or wires, and therefore there are variety of uses of the plastic. Now there are two types of plastics available, and that main two types are thermoplastic and thermosetting plastic. So the thermoplastic are such that when we can bend them easily, some of them are break when we force to break them, and so on heating they become soft and it can be bent easily, deformed easily. That plastic are known as thermoplastics. So what is thermoplastic? The plastic will get deformed easily on heating. So when we heat them, it can be deformed, and then you can mold in any desired shape. And when it cools down, it regain the original texture. So that are known as thermoplastics. And these thermoplastics examples are polythene and PVC. PVC means polyvinyl chloride. The full form of PVC is polyvinyl chloride, and they are used in manufacturing the toys, combs, and some different types of containers. So that is the thermoplastic. The another type of plastic is thermosetting plastic. This plastic is little different from the thermoplastic. So in thermosetting plastic, which when molded once, it cannot be deformed again, cannot be softened again. So when we give heat to it, it will not get softened again, so we cannot mold it again in desired shape. So once it is set, then you cannot change it. On heating, it will not get softened, it will not get deformed, it cannot be bent easily. So that type of plastic is the thermosetting plastic. The examples are bakelite, melamine, etc. Bakelite is a very poor conductor of heat also and electricity, and therefore it is widely used in the manufacturing of switches, handles of the utensils, etc. So we know that the handle of the cooker, etc. are made up of bakelite. That is the thermostatic plastic, another switches, switchboards and switches here that we use in our houses, that are also made from thermosetting plastic, because it is very poor conductor of heat also and electricity also. So when we switch on off, that time we cannot get shock. Similarly, in the kitchen also, when we want to lift the hot utensils, then the handles are made of the bakelite, which is poor conductor of heat. So we do not get burned when we hold it. The another one is the melamine. Melamine is a very versatile material and it resists fire and can tolerate heat better than other plastics. So it can tolerate heat, means if it is too much hot, then also it does not melt. It can resist the heat, and therefore it is used for making some floor tiles in the kitchenware, like a dinner set, plates, bowls, etc. And some fabrics which resist fire also. It means that the clothes used by the firefighters who are working with the fire extinguishers, that the firemen are using this material for their clothes, because its fire resistance fabric can be made from that melamine. So that two main plastics are there. So you have to remember the characteristic of both the types of plastic. There can be a question like the difference between them, or a short note also can be asked. So that is a very, very important topic here. Types of plastic, thermoplastic and thermosetting plastics. Now, plastic. We know that the use of plastic is everywhere. Why? Today, if we think of storing a food item like water, milk, pickles, dry food, etc., which is the most convenient material from which we should make that container? Obviously, first of all, we will think about the plastic, because the other option is the metallic containers. But metallic containers are heavy in weight. Their price is also high, and therefore it is not easy to handle them. So in place of metals we can use plastics, because they are light in weight. Price is cheaper than the metallic containers. They are cheaper. Similarly, they have good strength also, and we can handle them easily. And therefore, in place of metals, plastics are used. Plastics are also used in place of metal in the car, aircrafts, spacecrafts also, so that we can minimize the weight, and therefore the aircrafts can be made lighter weight using this plastic in place of the metals. If you start making a list that you use plastic in these materials, in these containers or other places, then there will be a very, 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 very big list, and maybe some materials will be remaining, because it is used everywhere, like in the slippers, in the furniture, in the decorative items, In the roof, plastic roofs are also made. Some doors are also made from the plastic. So if you try to make the list, oh, it will be endless. And why the plastic is useful like that? Because it has some special characteristics. So what are the characteristics of the plastic? First one is that it is non-reactive. You know, when iron materials get exposed to the air in moist weather, then moisture and air will get rusted. The iron will get rusted due to the moisture and air. And therefore the iron articles, after few years, they will not be able to use. We are not going to use them. But plastics do not react with water and air. And therefore it not get rusted. They are not corroded easily. And that's why they are used to store various kinds of materials, including some chemicals. Because some chemicals react with metals, but most of the chemicals do not react with the plastic. So it is easy to store that chemicals in plastic container. Second thing is plastic is light, strong and durable. We know that the articles made from plastic are very, very light in weight, very light. And therefore, ask your parents or grandparents, older people in your house, that which type of buckets and the other things were used in the past. Then they will tell you that the iron bucket or aluminium buckets were used. In that time there were no plastics. Very little use of plastic was that. But that time they have to lift that heavy buckets for the water and other things. So plastic mugs, plastic buckets, so many we are using because it have light weight. It is very lightweight, strong material, and it is durable. Durable means long lasting. Similarly, it can be easily molded into different shapes and sizes, and therefore it is used for various purposes. The other thing is they are very cheap, cheaper than the metals, and therefore people like it. They are widely used in the industries and to make the household articles. So in our daily life we use so many containers and the other items which are made from the plastic. The other important characteristic is that poor conductors of heat and electricity. And therefore we are using it. You know that the wires are coated with the plastic material. Handles of the screwdrivers are also made up of plastic because they are poor conductors. So while working with that electric line, you cannot get shocked. So similarly, we already talked about it that the cooking utensils like fry pans, cooker, etc., their handles are also made up of plastic because it is poor conductor of heat. So plastics are very, very useful. Some examples of the plastic which is used in healthcare industry also, like packaging of the tablets, threads used for stitching wounds. If you have a wound and if it is big wound, doctor will tell you to take stitches. In that also the plastic thread is used. Doctors are using gloves, syringes, and so many medical instruments nowadays are made from plastic. Syringes were made from glasses in the past, but nowadays disposable syringes are made from the plastic. You know that some plastic cookware we can use in the microwave also for cooking food, to heat food. We use the plastic materials because it is heat resistance. One of the most important plastic is the Teflon. Teflon is oil resistance also. On the Teflon the oil does not stick, water also do not stick, and therefore sometimes if you see that fry pans, they are coated with this non-stick material. So if you have that non-stick fry pans etc., in the container it is covered with a coating of Teflon. So some fireproof plastics are also, and there for it is used for firemen, as I told you, melamine plastic. Now we see the different uses of plastic, variety of uses of plastic, but plastic and environment, if you talk about it, then plastic is not a friendly environment friendly. Why? That we will learn. So first we will understand about the materials which are either biodegradable or non-biodegradable. Some materials get decomposed easily by the natural processes like decomposition by the bacteria or the fungi or other microorganisms, which are known as biodegradable material. For example, our food items, the vegetable peels, fruits, leftover food, etc. They are biodegradable because they are decomposed easily by the natural processes of bacteria and fungi and so many. But some other materials are such that it takes several years to decompose, and therefore they are known as non-biodegradable, because by the bacteria or fungi they cannot get decomposed, and therefore it is known as non-biodegradable materials. In your book, on page number 38, there is a table. Then you can study that table, then you will understand that which materials are biodegradable and which are non-biodegradable. Some are very quickly biodegradable, like peels of vegetables, fruits, leftover food stuff. That will be biodegradable, and they will decompose within 2-3 weeks. Paper will take nearly a month. Cotton cloth also biodegradable, but it will take little more time, like 2 to 5 months. Wood is also biodegradable, but slowly it will take 10 to 15 years. Woolen clothes are also biodegradable, it will take a year to get decomposed. But the other materials like plastic, aluminium, metal cans, etc., etc., are non-biodegradable. They can take 100 to 500 years or more than that also. Since this plastic is also takes several years to get decomposed. So we can say that it is non-biodegradable and therefore it is not environment friendly. It causes environmental pollution because it does not get decomposed very quickly. Similarly, if we burn them, burning is quite slow and it does not get burned completely, easily also. And therefore, lots of poisoning fumes are mixing in the environment. All the synthetic fibers have this type of processes. So now, how can we solve this problem? The best suggestion is that we should minimize the use of plastic. We know that bags are made from the plastic. So whenever you go to the market, they will give you material in the plastic bag. You bring it at home, empty it in your containers and then throw away their plastic bags. So every time when you go market, you will bring more and more plastic and you will throw it out. So rather we can take cotton bags with us when we go for shopping, and therefore we can minimize the use of plastic and so. So as a citizen, responsible citizen, we can remember the 5R principle. What are the 5R? Reduce, reuse, recycle, recover and refuse. These are the 5R that you should remember so that we can minimize this use of this plastic, and by developing these habits which are environment friendly. So here we are going to finish today's session, and our chapter also will be followed by the PDFs, and any confusion write down in the comment section. Thank you very much.